You were talking about a fund manager from Singapore, right?
I'm not
we
going to
actually have a fund manager from Singapore.
He joins us very frequently, by the way.
I'm not going to comment on
Samir
that.
Arora is with us. He's, of course, the main man at Helios. Samir, great to have you with us here on this momentous date. We're celebrating 25 years CNBC. And sorry, we can't hear you. Go on.
Oh, we
I was
can't
very
hear.
happy to see Sridhar saying that if
Yeah,
the markets are up, everything is up, including PSUs.
No, are you the fund manager from Singapore? Samir, if you heard Sridhar earlier.
I am not the mutual fund manager, but broadly we also have many of those same stocks. But the point is that we have our fund, and me personally, we are the flexible fund managers. So at various points when it didn't justify, it did not was not in the portfolio, these PSU stocks. Some of them still are. But anyway, I still don't agree with this painting the brush that something has changed. If Sridhar can explain to me the difference between, say, I don't even know whether it's listed or not, Bank of Maharashtra and Central Bank, and which one has anything other than price to book is 0.4 and 0.42, I would be very surprised that anybody knows that. So beyond a point, we cannot buy stocks based on some price to book arguments, because in many of them, we don't even know why they exist. What is the difference between one and the other? What app they have, what millennium crowd they have, what is it other than price to book, price to book. So it is up to a point is right that in some sectors, the PSU leaders are leading, but it is not that buy PSU baskets and buy everything. I will not agree with that. But
All right. Let me just, Sridhar can't hear you, but Samir can hear Sridhar. So let's just continue this conversation for a bit longer.
Sure.
Samir was essentially saying, sorry, say that again, Samir.
first, I have to wish you a happy birthday.
Please do that. Please do that properly.
Yes. Happy birthday and best wishes. I've been there from day one, I think, or maybe even before you guys were formally called CNBC-TV18.
No.
So I've been there all along.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for being sort of there every time we call you, for your expertise, for your views. And I think you've been a strong guidepost for us in our markets coverage over the last 2.5 decades or so. Just to kind of complete that loop on PSU Bank, Samir is saying he's not impressed with the PSU rally.
So listen, I have great respect for Samir.
One minute. He go on. Samir, say that. I'll convey it.
I didn't say that. I am saying the basket, if you at one point say that since this is a rising market, everything is going up, that also includes PSU stocks. I was saying that between the 5th and the 6th PSU bank, what is the difference other than saying that their price to book is point something? What is the management? What is the strategy? What is the app? What is the technology? Nobody knows. For the top 1 or 2, which we have had forever, like State Bank, we've had since 2020, June or something. I know what it does. I know what its technologies. I know what its strengths are. I'm saying between the tail. In the tail, we don't know what it means, and we can't buy it off a price to book kind of number.
Okay, got it. Samir, first of all, thank you for your wishes, and thank you for being here through thick and thin with CNBC TV18. I mean, it's been a pleasure watching you, listening to you, learning from you. But, we were just having this discussion with Sridhar as well as to what would that advice be you would give your 25-year-old self. And he said, I would tell my 25-year-old self to start investing earlier. But now we've reached a phase where this new generation, right, we have the largest Gen Z population in the world. This new generation is very savvy about investing. So they know a lot more than the previous generation did. So what would your advice to them be?
I totally disagree with that. I think they know much less than we used to know, because they don't read books. They only do options. They only do futures. And every day, because I am, active on Twitter, even in terms of reading Twitter, not just writing on Twitter, every day one fellow will say, I bought this stock because this thing happened. That guy bought because I saw insider buying. So on one factor they are buying. And those factors are working right now because there is a bull run going on for the last 2-3 years in all these stocks, which you can buy with one factor. I bought this stock because yesterday the management bought. I bought this stock yesterday because it disclosed something higher than you see on Twitter. Every day, the total logic of the buying is one line, at least the way they present it. And so I think that they are taking it too casually. Yesterday, I heard somebody writing that his client said that he'll be happy with only 50% returns per annum. and things like that. So according to me, they should read books much more than we did, although we also read, and Sridhar and all, we were all, readers and are readers. There are many things I think they know less, but they shall learn over time. There is no free lunch in this business. Either you spend time or you spend effort. You can't just do two-line research and buy things.
All right. Hi, Samir. Good morning. Nigel on this side, and thanks so much for joining. And Samir, the last time we spoke, you were saying that in case there's an adverse outcome on the 2024 elections, well, the markets could see a fair bit of selling, or could see some bit of downside. That it appears now that kind of uncertainty has been brushed aside, at least for now, going by the state elections. Are you feeling much better from here on with regard to 2024?
No. I was feeling better then also, because I answered the question that you asked. You did not ask me the probability of that event. You said if it happens. The thing in our business is that if we say that two things can happen, it does not mean that the probability is 50-50.
So you were anyways factoring in
10% theoretical probability that if something goes wrong, you will lose. You can't say no, market would have discounted it in 1 minute. That's what I'm saying. But I was always confident. We are running with 75-78% net well before this outcome, because you know that the probability of the event is less, but in case it happens, it is bad for the market.
Okay.
So this is not changing that, but obviously you can say that it is easier now to tell particularly foreign investors sitting on the sideline that, hey, don't waste your time ticking the last box that whether there is political certainty or not. It is sort of already there. And if you want to wait here, see this one, you've lost another, say, 3%, 4%, whatever. So it helps in that, and therefore it sort of feeds on itself.
Samir, you speak with a lot of foreign fund managers. Are they going to come in full force in 2024? Because, where the markets have reached now, locals have done it without very much help from FIIs. Now, of course, we got to wait for the foreigners. What's your sense?
So I don't speak to foreign fund manager. I speak to foreign allocator. You can say that there is a fund or somebody or the other. 100% they will come. 100%. But the thing is, it is not surprising because they have always come, except in a few bad years, 4 bad years particularly. Last being 22, and then before that 18, and before that 11, and before that 8. But other periods, every year, FIIs have bought, because they also have growth in their AUM because of worldwide growth, some allocation from this sovereign, this, that, whatever. Now the question is whether it will be in full force.
Yeah.
The reason for it being in full force might be because of their losing a lot of money and confidence in China. So if that reallocation happens, then the force becomes a real big force. Otherwise, anyway, they should be not net buyers, even in normal situations.
So
Now the difference is, there's a domestic buyer against it. So if both buy, then is where the fun starts, which is sort of we are all playing for.
Yeah, the good part, Samir, is that large caps have not outperformed the market, right? Have not done anything actually this year. Most of them, Reliance, HDFC, Kotak, etc. Do you think that 2024 is a year when large caps will start to perform in a big way?
So we are betting that large cap financials will definitely perform in a big way, because financials are otherwise doing well. And their stocks have not gone up, and they are a large part of the market. So even if the foreign investor wants to be underweight, overweight, if he's starting off a 30-odd% weight, he could be 25 or he could be 20 or 35, but he still has to put in substantial absolute amount of dollars into these stocks. For the other two groups, which according to me are IT, Reliance is one, but if I talk otherwise, it's IT, consumer and financial, which are the 3 large groups or large companies. IT sector, according to me, is still doing quite badly.
Okay.
And therefore, I don't think they will get the same amount of interest from foreign investors as financials. And consumer always looks a bit more expensive to anybody who comes in. Who's coming in fresh now would think that, was he waiting for this long to buy something at 40 and 50p and all that? So therefore, they could buy Reliance or they could buy the financials, is my guess.
All right, Samir, so, in the next, say, 12, 18 months, do you expect HDFC Bank to outperform from here? It's been underperforming. You have, on the valuation parameter, if the FI flows come back, and if you like financials, that's the one that normally everyone would go to. So do you believe that the next 12 months will be much better?
That is absolutely right. And according to me, it is putting a cap on other stocks also. So when HDFC Bank does well, then only the other stocks will. Because even today, you can't have many bank stocks trading at premium to HDFC Bank so easily because of the long history of the bank and it doing well. That is our bet. It is our number one holding in every fund that we have.
All right. Well, Samir and Sridhar, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for being a part of our
Thanks, Samir.
celebrations today.
Thanks.
And all the best. This is promising to be a very good year. Not just 2023, but 2024 to come, right? With the elections, so many big triggers. So thank you both for joining in.